I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this, I can get you through this, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad.
Switch that V6 for the EV, ride it around my city. You should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me sip water like a fish, sip box water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover. Do it for the future, time to get a world a makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate, we need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it changes cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. New car goes zoom, but it's quiet. You can hear me come and think I'm lying. If I said I'm perfect, I'd be lying. I can say I'm perfect, but I'm trying. I'ma give my all till I'm dying. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green.
smashed ice, vagabonds and marriages, that's going wrong. Glory, death, and coffee shops, TV categories called reality, polluted nature by corrupt ministries. We're all passengers. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game. Ooh, ha. That rumbling sound. In every building, a gamer and a drunk. Green parks with shitting dogs. Hey policeman, I'm in 3 modern families. Faster, slower, shades on, hit the gas. High, lower, get into the control room. Don't get older. We're all passengers. We're toxic containers. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game. Ooh, ha. Abstainers, maintainers, rangers, gainers, entertainers, campaigners, retainers. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game.
Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Charts with Road Dog. My name is Lane and I am looking a little ghostly thin tonight, a little pale, blending into the background. Thank you for being here. If you can, and if you haven't, hit that like button for me. That will help spread this channel out there to the, what did they used to call that? The interwebs. Yeah, I think that's the word I'm looking for. Guys, altcoins are looking a little spiffy today. Up for the week, up for the day mostly. Well, it's starting to look a little bit like a bull market. And right here on the 1 hour, we spoke last night. We talked about the 4 hour and then we kind of simplified it, came down to the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, we were watching the 50 moving average, and we came down on the 1 hour and mentioned this, that as these moving averages kind of get all twisted up together here, that when the 200 comes up, it's going to be a make or break moment. It's going to go one way or the other, up or down, and it should be a strong move. Well, the verdict is in. 200 moving average came up there, and price bounced off of it, and now look at these moving averages. This is what they're supposed to look like on a good, strong upward trend when they're fanning out like that. That's what we like to see. So for the 5 moving average strategy, something I kind of stress on, it's a very useful tool for me. Helps me a lot with trend. And this is what I've got them set at: 9, 21, 50, 100, and 200. The 9 and 21 are for my short term. They help me nail the short-term aspects. The 50, 100, and 21 help me nail the longer aspects. 50 kind of being in the medium. It's more short than long, but stick around and it'll grow on you, baby. It'll grow on you. It works. I'm just telling you, it works. So we're above the 9 moving average here on the 1 hour, shorter term time frame, well above the 9 moving average. Ichimoku Cloud, which I've got over here, and I've got everything turned off except just the backgrounds. I do use this a little differently. I don't use it correctly with some of their lines or anything. I'm just concerned about this cloud, because I know in a situation when we bust through the red and we got this little spindly thing of a green over here, that means a strong up move. In a way, it's kind of like a shadow on price action. And when price starts touching that shadow, things start going downhill then. That's a kind of a simplified way to look at that. But here we are. Candles confirming a breakout to the upside of this trend line. Remember this trend line? This big old rising wedge that we broke out on the downside, came back in, made a big, massive, unbelievable bear trap. Now breaking to the upside, and now it's starting to do what it should do after it does this. Now it just took it a while. Now we're starting to see a breakthrough to the other side. Now once it does that, it's already confirmed on the smaller time frames, has not yet confirmed on the daily. We got our 20 hours, 21 hours for this confirmed, right? But that will be great to solidify this as being valid once we get a daily candle close above this. But for all intents and purposes, it does very strongly resemble the same thing that we experienced right back here. And do I not have it drawn on this particular chart? I feel like I draw this all the time. From the ye old COVID longy long. The big drop in the pandemic, and we did the same thing, kind of like what we're doing. Riding that trend line, broke below it. Let's blow this up. And now we're breaking it out. So are we going to have the same results? Why possibly? Why possibly? This was November 2020. We're pretty much on target with this to the month now. To the month, 3 years back, and we're mimicking. Not exactly, not doing the exact same thing, but overall, we're still, well, we're doing the same type of things. And we could get the same type of results. So we definitely have a catalyst with ETF news out there. We definitely have a catalyst with the dollar and all fiat currency just totally being printed into oblivion. We've definitely got some good catalysts for people wanting to find safety in an asset that increases in value and has a, I can't think of any period where it just didn't steadily kind of go up. I mean, I know we have our drops, but overall it's been up and to the up and to the right for Bitcoin ever since its inception. So Bitcoin kind of rules the show, and when Bitcoin goes up, it helps bring the other things up. Although, if your portfolio is heavier in Bitcoin, you might see more results coming from your portfolio as it's starting to outperform the altcoins. It just is. And it will for a while, but that's cool. We can have a strategy around that to capitalize on that. I'd like to take a quick look at Total 3 and get the full picture here. Total 3, crypto total market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now on this particular chart, we don't have the breakout. They were looking on the shorter time frames over here. We got that little breakout. And this one, I've got it more in a channel, and we are starting to get that breakout. Look at this nice Adam and Eve. Now what it's doing is confirming that and making this a valid pattern, giving us a neckline here for this Adam and Eve bottom pattern. There's a measured move for that, and it's, just come down and then, whoops, from that neckline straight down and just drag it back to that neckline, and that tells us that me mark a few things here, make it a little bit more consistent with the other chart we're looking at too. Tells us we get a lot more money coming in altcoins, up to about $460 billion total. That's about $90 more billion than where we are right now. So interesting idea to consider there. Keeping my eye on this trend line back here, that it's going to give us a hiccup. So I think altcoins can definitely get a little bit more coming in, but what we may see is what often happens with this on this pattern. It'll get rejected and hopefully it'll just kind of flag out. Now it may kind of track this trend line a little bit. It may just kind of stay over here. I don't know. But if it does that, then maybe we can come up and ride underneath here, or even more bullish, break above this trend line. That would be really what we want to see to get those parabolic moves to the upside. Or yeah, I'll stick with that parabolic. So altcoins so far are looking good overall, and this is on the day. They want to take a quick look at the weekly here for altcoins, just to kind of get a general feel. We got some trouble coming. So we got this major trend line that's going to give us resistance. We also have the 100 moving average that's just kamikaze diving the 200. That's going to be a little bit of a problem. So if you are finding yourself in good profit, if you're finding yourself in a position to moonbag your altcoins, maybe you caught some juicy prices, or maybe prices just excelled, you've already got that 2x, I highly encourage you to consider maybe pulling out your capital if you can, because there's no guarantee that we're going to break back up into this. And you might actually get a rejection and see altcoin prices come down, because we're still in an accumulation zone. However, if we do get up here, break inside this pattern, well, we're also confirming a bigger possible Adam and Eve bottom, just like the little one we got right there, right? So it all depends on what goes on in, say, the next couple of weeks with altcoins. It could go really big, or it could, you know, be a little bit of a letdown and, oh man, I should have took some profit when I was there. That kind of situation. You guys are looking at me like I know what it's going to do. I don't know what it's going to do. We have to follow this. We can project what it's going to do. We got a projection there, and it looks good, and it can even go more if things go in our favor with altcoins. Get that little paintbrush out there. We get this confirmation of this bigger Adam and Eve pattern. Well, we're jumping a level, and we could see prices go another, what is that? $522 billion coming into altcoin total. Meaning that altcoins can see a bump up of about another 40% over time. Over time, it will not be an easy ride for the most part. That's what we could be looking at. That's our bullish scenario. But it does no good until we actually get confirmation. So we've got to actually reach our target that we have over here on total 3 of this $405, $407 line. This is that same chart, just on the smaller time frame. But I do want to point out what's piquing my interest right now. We're breaking to the upside of a bearish pattern, that good old rising wedge, which means that short term, altcoin should be going to rip. And so I do expect it to hit that. I do expect about another $25 billion to pour into altcoins and pump our bags. And I do think that's a good time to consider, you know, paying yourself a little bit just in case we can't make it up past that area. Because I'm telling you, these Adam and Eve double bottoms, now sometimes they'll get to that neckline and then they'll flag out below, kind of get the cup and handle type thing look going on, right? And I mean, we could lose some billions, you know, in altcoins. That 50 coming in could just as easily come out. It could be looking at that. So I'm just trying to tell you of a time that's coming up, which may be a good time to pay yourself. However, if you're the true degen diamond hand holder, that may not do any good, and you may be looking for those big upswings. Am I on log scale? Do not want to be on log scale. Just for okay. So if you guys are seeing what I just did, I went down here to the bottom of trading view to make sure I'm not on log scale. So because when I'm scaling in, I'm seeing things change a little bit. I do not chart on log scale, just to make that clear. If you're doing pattern trading and you're taking measured moves, you do not want to be using log scale. Why? Because you do it on log scale, it alters things. Your measure move, when you take it and you bring it up, it will not be the same. It will be askewed. So if you're ever doing pattern trading, you want to turn log scale off. All right, so somehow we got a small measure move there, but we got a possibly bigger one that can play out. And I thought I had that marked. 526 billion into altcoins possible. That would be cool, would it not? All right, guys, we're getting ready to get into altcoins. If you got any requests, get them ready and in the chats. I'm going to come over and say hello to everybody. I know Strega's in the house. You guys were talking early, man. I actually appreciate that. I do. That actually helps. It's supposed to help my chat rate. It's still at level 1 right now. Yeah, whatever. So we got Haven. How's it going, Haven? Haven and Strega. We got Joel Garcia. How's it going, Joel? Strega says, don't let the little dangles out here and there distract us. I cannot get that box off of here, man. Why won't you do that? That worked. Well, Watch a boomer at work, ladies and gentlemen. Watch a boomer at work. All right, so I do have some coins I'm going to go over tonight. A lot of these are starting to pop. Some of them, not so much yet. I want to take a quick look at Rose. And I guess we'll go first with Binance over here. I haven't looked at this one in a while, but she looks like she's getting ready to do something. We go from, let's go over here to the daily. Turn our indicators back on there. On the daily, it's just got a green dot. On the daily, we got money flow going to the upside. All the indicators are going to the upside. Even the stochastics, which are, you know, they're in overbought territory, but that does not keep price from going up. Just remember that. So when they start coming down, we want to say, hey, is this time to get out? Looks like time to get out. I'm just saying, is it time to get out? So Rose looks like it's getting ready to do something, and darn it. I'm taking notes of the coins I go over in case I need to do timestamps. All right, so things are looking very, very juicy for Rose. And even when we put the trend lines to the extent right there, looks nice and juicy. Some of you guys may not be familiar with this coin, so let's take a quick look at it. And is it just me? Or is it like coin market cap just doesn't find anything anymore? Now I'd have to go back to CoinGecko. All right, so we're looking at Rose, Oasis Network, and it's currently coming in at 5.8 cents right now. Now, the maximum supply of this is 10 billions, and yeah, I know what you're thinking. Road Dog, that's a lot of coins. I was thinking the same thing. That's a lot. They shouldn't have a lot, but they do. The halfway good news is that half of that is already in circulation right now, so only half of it can be sold over from now until whenever. Now, the current market cap is at 292 million. So this one is up there. It's not in our little crypto gem cap, nano structure, in our, what would we say, nano cap coins. It's not a nano cap coin, but it's still in your smaller caps there, right? And the history of it looks very typical. It had its run up in the bull, and then it had its, typical bear market price action, just flat like a bag of milk. All-time high for this coin was 59 cents 2 years ago, and it has not retested its all-time low at 3 cents. Instead, it sits here at double that, almost at 5 cents, and I think it's why it may be a juicy time to look at it, because zooming in here on the daily, we're getting a potential breakout of this falling wedge that Rose has been in for quite a while now. Now, if I zoom back out to the weekly, we can see the price action. Blow it up here just a little bit. We can even drag this line all the way back. Major trend line coming to the downside. Getting a partial decline here. On the weekly, at this level, is holding very, very nicely. And we're starting to get our breakout, heading toward this Ichimoku cloud. So falling wedge, falling price with falling volume, and we're getting a little spike right there. So it's looking very good, in my personal opinion. And also, if you see here that price... Well, let's come over here. Another thing to point out on the weekly is that we've got our MACD. The lines have just crossed right here. So we're getting ready to start possibly a nice big bullish move. Higher highs and higher lows out of Rose over these next few weeks, next few months. Coming here on the daily, we also see Market Cipher has got us a green dot, and we got a good, nice breakout candle. Things that I want to point out here on the daily that's making me really bullish on this is that we have risen above the 200 moving average. We did that several days ago. The 9 moving average is crossed that, and price has just been riding that like a pony. Over here is our Ichimoku cloud, all nice and spindly, just like we want to see on a solid uptrend. And I know what you're thinking, but Road Dog, I don't want to buy it high. Well, you don't have to, but let's talk about that just for a moment. It was low at just right around 4 cents. It's sitting close to 6 cents right now, 5.8 cents. Now, this pattern does have a good chance, a very good chance to come back and retest these levels at the breakout at about 5.3 cents right there. So that, in my personal opinion, is noteworthy. That's also lining up with our 9 daily moving average, a good target to try to get an entry on a pullback. However, would it be a bad idea to nibble at it now? I don't think so, because I think this one can actually go up just a little bit further on this particular move. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and jump out here and say that it is going to move toward 9 cents there, toward Lucy's moving average. Guys, I put Lucy on the show last night and forgot to take her off. So Lucy's moving average, what happened to my face? Darn it. I've got some things going on I got to take care of. I got this little nerdy guy there. I don't know where he came from. Okay, well. Okay, that was weird. I guess we're going cameraless for a little while. That sucks, because I was trying to turn that into a video. Oh well, we'll try that again some other time. Okay, so we got a possible breakout now. We got a measure move that we can take for this. So this may be one, if you're looking for a trade setup, this might be one to look at, maybe. And it's given us a target right up here around 13 cents. Man, those filters go off with these lights, and then the enhancements I got on the color, it makes me look like a freak. All right, I think that we are back here. See if we can salvage this. All right, so we do have Lucy's moving average up there that could be sitting on price and give us a little bit of rejection, but we also have a target, the measure move that we can take and put at the breakout point right there, taking us up to possibly about 13 cents on this. To me, that is a juicy swing trade, and I like swing trading. And especially like breakouts, because I can put a relatively good stop loss there, just in case things just don't go my way. But coming to that first target of just 9 cents, that gets a 75% return on our investment. And going all the way to the measure move that we have on this, 143%, 144% possible return on investment, giving us a 10-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Now, bear in mind, this will take a while to get there, but we have some really cool things forming. Not only do we have this falling wedge, but we also have this technical difficulties. So not only do we have this falling wedge, we also have this nice possible, I'm going to say possible. A lot of people try to call these out ahead of time before they actually confirm, and then things can make you look stupid. You want to wait for price to get back up to this level here. If it does, that will confirm an Adam and Eve double bottom, which is extremely bullish, a good pattern. What might also happen? There might be a little bit of a pullback. That could be normal, could flag out here before it starts coming up. It could take it a little while to get there, but once this pattern confirms, then we got an even bigger measured move, which could take price all the way to 14.6 cents right there. So two very good measure move targets that could eventually play out. A lot of things showing us some confluence that rose. So a lot of good things telling us that Rose Origin Protocol could be swinging towards some very profitable prices. Now, trying to find an entry to this could be a little bit tricky. I can say this for those of you who do FOMO in, at least you're at a good area to FOMO in within a penny right there, because when this one gets to 15 cents, the fractions of the pennies aren't going to matter as much. But a great place, in my personal opinion, to get in on this would be any pullback that we have back to 5.2, maybe to 5.5 cents. And just bear in mind that this is a falling wedge pattern coming back here to the daily, and it does have a 64% chance to retest the breakout area. So if you miss this and say things go to 7.5 cents, which it should short term, that's a great place for it to head. Technically, I'd be looking for it to go about 6.7 cents there for a little pullback. And you could wait for that and for price to come back and then buy at these juicy areas after it confirms that it is going in the right direction, and then you have a much safer entry for your trade. The only thing is, it may not do that. There's no guarantees. So Oasis Network, one to put on your radar if it is not there already. Oh, we got Joel Garcia in the house. Welcome, Joel. Brian Weatherly, haven't seen you before. Hey, welcome to the stream, man. Right now, I'm trying to get my chat box over here so I can talk to you guys. Striga says, I forgot to get some Rose. It's not entirely too late. I mean, I know. I mean, well, you're buying the breakout at this point. It's not too far up, in my personal opinion. And it's definitely got some good signs here. You got the green light on several different time frames. The daily, what did the weekly have it? Yeah, the weekly had it. And you got some divergence there. So on the wave table, it's a little bit extended. I do think it may be a little bit of a slower one. So it's more of a swing trade that could take, well, it could take several weeks to play out. So just want to make that kind of clear on it. But it just looked kind of juicy. Want to take a look at Uniswap. We haven't looked at that one in a while and see what it's doing. Now I'm on the 4-hour chart here, and I can tell you already she's getting rejected up here at Lucy's moving average. Y'all remember Lucy, right? We talked about her. I like to put her on the screen and forget to take her down. She will sit on that price and just not let it go up anymore. That's just what she does. But if it gets past her, watch out. But I don't think it will, because the 666 moving average has crossed over the 800, so that's a little bit on the bearish side there. So getting a pullback on this one, it could definitely happen. I'm actually looking for my 9 moving average. It says it's coming in at 428. So, I mean, we're snapping back to there at some point. We're either price is snapping back to the 9 moving average, or the 9 moving average is going to start snapping up to the price. Given that we just got rejected there and we're so far from all these other moving averages, the shorter ones, I see Uniswap getting a bounce down. There may be a short there, people. There may be a short in order for this short term. What would that give somebody getting in here? Oh, about 10% on spot. There might be something there. Overall, I mean, Uniswap's had a couple of impressive days trying to come up on the daily time frame, test the 200 and the 100 moving average. Lucy's sitting way up here at 651, just waiting on it in case it wants to go up there, and it might. I do see this little sliver of green right over here on our Ichimoku cloud. I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but to me, that's a good sign that we're definitely trying to move in an uptrend. So basically what we got here is a bullish megaphone pattern, which is broken to the upside. Now these have about 70% chance to break to the upside, and it's already pretty much hit its target. So I am expecting rejection here and to come. My computer's just acting slow. Coming back to around 440. So we may lose about 40 cents on that, but then we have a chance to start moving up. And it looks like we might have a little Adam and Eve deal going on here, which we just saw. It's a common bottoming pattern that we can see. So, and like we saw on the other one, it can also, you often find them as they're making bigger, larger. Come on, computer, get with it. Killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. As it can make a bigger Adam and Eve pattern, we may be seeing that. I would just spell that out, but it's not going to let me. So apparently I'm having a memory issue here somehow. Give me just a moment. Let me close a few windows. Haven says, what about Rose Tech? Is that what you're asking about, the technology, what it does? Oh, at least I got that to work. Okay. And I got these guys to work. So when you... Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Come on. So when you zoom out, we've also got a falling wedge pattern here, which could also be making a much bigger Adam and Eve. It's just possibility right now. It looks like it could. I'm not going to call that ahead of time. Look, we're going to have People do that. It's not confirmed until we get back up to 950 at this area, and then we can look for a much bigger move. And we can see Uniswap headed back up to about $20 again. Over time, I'm just saying, but it's certainly at 479 right now. I expect it to get back to about 440. And that might be a good time to jump in or add to your bags if you're interested in that. And my Uniswap bags are already packed. And, remember, it did get down to some juicy prices. $3. In the higher threes, it got down there. So I'm kind of cool with where I'm at on Uniswap. Okay, so Oasis is going back to Oasis, just to talk about the tech, a little bit what it does. I didn't go over a summary, I don't think, about what it is. It's a leading privacy-enabled and scalable, it's a layer 1 blockchain network, and that's one of my appeals to it, because I do like the layer 1s. It combines high throughput, low gas fees, the usual things that we hear from that. Next generation foundation for Web3, and will power DeFi, GameFi, NFTs, Metaverse, data tokens, and data DAOs. So we've just got a layer 1. And I do like them as swing trades. I do like the swing trade, the layer 1s. I think it's just easier to make dedicated videos because guys can stay on target with them. I don't think I feel like coming back and cutting a stream. It would be a smart use of time is an idea I was considering, but I don't think I can stick to the script. Because normally in a video I would have definitely covered that, and I would have skipped right over it in the live stream. Strega says SafeMoon got. Yep, I heard about that. That was interesting. So that price is tumbled. She just tanked on that news, man. Oh man, look at that drop. It was starting to do good, right? Or a little bit better, and then 62% drop. Ouch. It's still come back, and I guess it's going to try to test this wick over here at some point. SafeMoon, yeah. Good old SafeMoon. Do you know what did go up and I missed it? Floki SafeMoon. Look at that. It went up higher than I expected. I mean, we had this, I think we had a target here, but she blasted all the way up to 9 zeros and 2251. So it dropped to 0. It went up 270, almost 270% from where we were looking at it. And we're looking at it coming up and kind of confirming this area, and the conservative buy would have been buying as it, retested this area or came out of this area. And so from that area, man, 280% gain. And now it's come back. It's retraced a lot. So it's at, I don't think you guys can you guys see that? I forget I have things over on my screen over there. So now we got a little bit of a retracement on it. And I did not catch that move. I was not paying attention. I don't even know if you can set alerts on this thing. But man, that's impressive. And so it's got a good likelihood to eventually get back up there again. So I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled. And if you can see, we got a what? An Adam and an Eve. Meaning we got a neckline here, which now this one is complete. So that's, where's our price? Price is below. We came down below that neckline though. That sucks. All right, so we got to look for it to get back up there again. Technically, your entry, your conservative buy the breakout entry on an Adam and Eve would be at the neckline buying above that. But that gives us another target though. And that's coming up here to this level, which is right around the fib area that I pulled. So I'm just going to drag that down. Maybe I should just leave it where it is for documentation's sake. And we'll paint this in blue for measure move, but that's 2663. Pretty cool. So shout out to anybody who actually took profit on those at that point. Haven says, I just lost Haven. Haven, come back. Is there a quote still up there? Yeah. Haven says, I need a new coin to hodl, and can you look at Bone for me? Unless it will make Strega throw up. Is that what you guys were talking about earlier? Let's take a look at Bone. You know, I don't have any Bone. I think I messed with it a little bit with KuCoin, but I've never really got into it. I've seen that it gets hot and everything, though. So BitMEX. Oh, come on. Other places have got Bone. I just want a good chart, man. I just want a good chart. Let's go with decentralized. Not decentralized. Let's go centralized exchange. There we go. MEXC. That's what I'm looking for. Oh gosh, what the heck? Oh look, Elliott Wave did play. That's what we were doing. I thought, man, when I was manually drawing out Elliott Wave, and then we had an ABC correction. Oh, cool. Elliott won one. Yay, Elliott! All right, so this is all the crap that is done that we were looked at before. Let's kill all this, and then let's look at this one through new eyes. The new information we got. That's interesting. Would you say she looks Head and Shoulderish? If I weren't so picky about Head and Shoulders, I would, but that's not what I see, because this is bigger than our head. So we got a humpback. It's a humpback shoulder. It's Quasimodo. What I do see is a couple of broken trends. Oh, that's still technically holding right here. She's still holding. She needs to hold. It needs to hold. And I'm on the weekly here, so well, that's cool. And we got this trend line. So more likely than not, we will bounce here and then come back up to this trend line and make a lower high. And it'll probably do this maybe a couple more times, because it needs to get about 70% of the way to the apex is when they usually actually break out. So that's somewhere in here. That would be around spring. Too early for it to do it now. I mean, it could. I'm not saying it can't, but it usually, you know, it usually waits a little while. So April, May. Man, it could be on well into the summer, technically, before it actually breaks out of this pattern. I mean, it could be summer before it doubles in price. Just throwing that out there. Now, you could get some good trades in here, though, as it kind of bounces up and ranges. And it may not always come back down here. It may do a partial decline as it starts to break. It could do something like that. It can do anything through here. So would Bone be a good long-term? I mean, it would be, but I wouldn't expect the big results until we actually get to a point where it breaks out. And it doesn't, honestly, it doesn't look like it looks like it's got about another year before it will break out above this trend line at about $1.25, and then definitely be taken off. And I'm on the weekly charts here. It goes back to January 22. That's just what I'm seeing there. So I think for a long-term hold, I don't know. I mean, I personally would want one that's kind of continually up and not in some kind of locked pattern. And that's just how I see this one. I just see it as in a locked pattern. Now, when it does break out, way over here, you could be looking at what, 288? Just depending on where it breaks out. It should technically break out somewhere in this area. And so we're looking close to $3. But I think you could find some faster horses as far as for a long-term hold. Now for a trade, you can definitely get some go up. But it took it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It took it about 2 months before it went from one end to the top the other time. So I mean, if you're willing to take a trade like that, yeah, you got some definitely a trade there. So let's do this. Swing low to swing high, and let's go for the 786 because that's where it's going to aim for. So if you want to hold this for, just a couple, maybe a month or two, it can definitely make that trade happen. And you can put a juicy tight stop loss. That's what's so cool about it. Put it below the low over here, because if it goes lower than this low, man, something bad's going on. And that's just 10%. I'm going to slide this over just a little bit. And that gives a 11, almost a 12 to 1 risk reward ratio. It's 117%, so you could definitely moonbag it. So you could get it right now is a juicy time. Let's talk about this. I was having the thought about doing a show just kind of dedicated to the investment take, the long-term hold take. Because man, we are at the point of the market to make sure that you got your a good long-term hold strategy in place. This is the times that we really want to pay attention to it. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let me know that in the chat. A lot of people kind of focus on just scalping, and it's time consuming, and the profits are mostly kind of low unless you start using crazy leverage and perpetuals, and I'm just not. When at this point in the market, maybe on the upswing after we start getting going in Bitcoin and all that, that's when scalping's good. But at the bottom part of the market, man, you need to be setting yourself up for the big money. Yeah. And make sure you got a good solid plan for that. Know when to peel off a little bit of profit and things like that. This is definitely a good swing trade though. But you're looking about 2 months for this possibly to play out. And I'm on the weekly chart here. But I like that. And what you can do, this, I don't know, let's just say where there's $100, this goes $1,000. So if you put $1,000 in here, you have, a little over $2,000, about $2,100 if it makes it up to the target here. And then you pull out your capital and then let bone ride, baby. Wait for it to come back down and maybe do it again. So you can do that a couple of times and actually build up a nice kind of bag that way. And if you find a place that does spot margin where you actually own the coins, perpetuals, you don't own anything. You don't. It's all based on stablecoin, right? Or maybe a reverse. You maybe own some Bitcoin that way, but on spot margin, you actually own those coins. You just got to make sure that you're using, it's usually somewhere between 3 to 5x. You're not even using all that. So I like Bone. I mean, I like the trade there. I like the setup. Stricker says if you're going to hodl Bone, you better wrap it. That's funny. Oh, she gave you the drum roll. Well, I said she. I don't know he or she. Not that it even matters. All right. Man, I've got more coins to go over than I can actually take. API 3 is one that, I don't know. I hadn't seen anybody talking about it. This is probably why, because it looks dead. Is that... This is not it. Let me make sure I get the right coin before I start talking about it, right? Binance would have the best information. Yeah. All right, well, it's having a pretty good day, actually. I don't even think we need to do it. Do we need to do a trade sub? We already had one up here for a breakout, which is just still has not done. I just want to move these guys. We'll probably reuse those. So API, I'm not in on this one. I've traded this one before. Now she is a slow mover until she's not, and you can turn around and look, oh crap, how'd you get up that high? You were down low for so long. But then, you know, it can get some good moves, but you know, if I had to compare it to something, I would compare it to Cardano or XRP as far as about how well it does, you know, in price action and movement. It doesn't do anything until it does. But she's got a nice big old long falling wedge like a diving board. And she appears to be breaking out right here, but there's no volume coming in. So take that for what you will. We also got wicks, so maybe we should go by the wicks just to get the extremes of that move. She's still got a breakout. Okay. I'll give you that. I'll give you that API. You wicked above the extremes of the whole channel there, or the whole triangle. So I'll give you, but you fell back in. So what does that mean? Well, she may get rejected here at that 50 moving average on the weekly. If she does, she gets a little bit of a pullback. But the daily says a different story. The daily starting to paint a very bullish picture. So on the verge of a breakout is what the story that the daily is saying here. And we got our indicators are looking good. RSI is extremely hot though. So that's a little cautionary tale. But I mean, not bad, just meaning that you might find a better price again. Indicators are starting to get a little hot down here on RSI on the daily. Pull that up. What does a hot indicator look like? What does a hot RSI look like? Is when she gets up here and past 70. Actually, technically, I think RSI, it's I use 70. I think that's the standard too. On stochastics, it's 80%. But when she gets in this is overbought territory, meaning that, oh crap, man, we bought too much. We might need to unload this. And you see this little bit of green up here that's telling us about too much. So very high, meaning it needs to turn around. This only goes up to 100%, and very rarely do we hit those areas, right? And it's actually going a little higher than what it did over here in November last year, and even higher than what it did in February and year before last in 22. But notice what happens every time he gets there. He gets rejected, comes down. So keep that in mind. The RSI starts coming down, which should say it doesn't necessarily mean the price just dumped on us. So our moving averages here saying we're getting ready for a golden cross, a possible golden cross. It's not real until it happens, people. So 50 moving average is edging up there, but when it happens, that's your buy signal. I expect there to be a pullback. I think it might come back to about $1.31. It's only at $1.35 right now. It's not so cool about it falling back within this trend line, but remember, we got this trend line set on wicks. It's set on the wicks, so we got some leeway there. The strongest trend line that we need to be looking at is actually on the candles themselves, candle bodies themselves. And on that angle, we're doing just fine. And that does give us an area for a pullback. Another reason I like to draw my lines on candle bodies. They give you a little bit more realistic expectation. So API 3 coming back from 115 to 130. I have to keep an eye on that daily 9 moving average. That's always a great target for an entry. Or for a pullback, if there's a pullback for the 9. For a strong move. If it's chilling out, needs a little correction, the 21 is the one you want to look for. But that looks cool. We've already got some targets from before that are still valid, $1.65, $1.74, and $1.91. But we also have a measured move. I got something in my way there. I can't see my chart to draw my measured move. Let's take you back over here, baby. I'm just taking it from there down to there. And that technically gets us up to, well, right back over here, right around the $3.26 area. Pull the Fibonacci from swing high to swing low. And I want to mark out the 618 area. That's my main, that would be my main target for this. That's 618. And actually, I want to rearrange these targets. Because I think we got some new information. We got our bottom end, got that confirmed. 382 at 170 is going to be a little bit of a hiccup, so that's a good area to maybe look at taking profit. $2.05, you can definitely put that one on there too if you like. But the 618 and the 786, so at $2.33, $2.74 is where I would look at. And then we got some confluence up here for a 1-to-1 move here at 328 for our measure move. And a 1-to-1 move is, yeah, that's right on target. So that's really your long-term goal, 325 on this one. Or like a midterm hold. One that you don't mind holding for, I don't know, maybe another year. It may not take it that long to get there, but it may take it 6 months to get there. So, you know, it could take it a little while. So to get there, that would be a 168% return, and not bad, not shabby. Just know that, you know, 3 months, 6 months, it could take us a little while to get there. Sorry guys, drinking coffee. But I like that rise, I like the wedge. That is cool. Take a look at Ordi. Haven't looked at that one in a little while. It should be riding along with Bitcoin, baby. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Well, that's amazing. So we got a support level here. Technically, that's a little lower there. Right there. I was trying to get where it wicked down to, but it didn't actually touch it, but it does line up over here. I've got a candle close. That's why I put it. That's why I moved it down. I mean, all this little bowl shape right here. It was just a breakout with volume coming up and flagging out. This one's getting ready to move. On the daily, this one's getting ready to move. Look at their indicator, and yeah, we got their green dot there on the daily. And yeah, this one's getting ready to take off, guys. Money flow is coming into the green. She's wanting to do something, and she may do it kind of quick considering how far out this cloud is. I don't think is going to be a pullback to the 21 just yet. I think she's getting ready to take off and test about 725. That's kind of interesting. Let's see what we got here on this one. Ordi looks like it's wanting to move, and it should. If Bitcoin's getting ready to do something, Ordi will too. We got one of these elongated falling wedges here. Thomas Bukowski says that they usually perform better, like a big diving board, give you more leverage to go to the upside. Now I want to take the standard measure move there, and it takes us up to about $9.75. Damn it. I don't have any Ordi right now. I mean, gosh, I look like a ghost. I'm a ghost. I'm the ghost of country music. 'Cause it's dying. I don't know who they are anymore. I just hang out with Johnny. And Ryan Upchurch. Woohoo! Ryan Upchurch, if you don't know him, he's true. He's true. What were you doing over here anyway, was it? I forgot what I was doing. Oh, measure move. Squirrel! 2 squirrels. So many squirrels. There's lots of squirrels in here. I like that. I like it. I do. I like to take a Fibonacci from swing hard to swing low, kind of get a feel what's going on here. And what we need to do is get above this 236 Fibonacci. So we need to see ordinals get up and above $6.21, 622, just to be on the safe side. If you want my personal opinion, I give it to you. I'm not stingy with it, but we could be going up there. It's pretty easy if you see it. And if you look at it in a certain kind of light, like maybe if you turn on the lava lamps at night, you know, after a smoky evening, you can actually see the patterns in it better sometimes. And you see that we got what we call a bull flag, and now it's got a measured move that should take us up to his 382 level, about $8.30. That's a good level. I like that. I like that because we need to get there. We really got to get there, because if we don't get there and we get rejected here at $6.22, well, it's going to come tumbling down. May even come all the way back down to $3.40. That not be good. That's not fun at all. So we don't want that and do another double bottom situation. Even though double bottoms are very lovely to look at, I do look at a double bottom every time that I get a chance to. And sometimes I even throw them up on screen so that other people can see what a lovely double bottom looks like. Lovely double bottom looks like that right here. I say, good man. Could we just clean up our screen just a little bit? All right. So that would be cool, but we got to give up 621, and once we do that, and we're confirmed for more upside, I'd be looking at this 618 and 786 for this personally. 1161 and 1405, very, very possible to come out of here with. Well, we looked at ordinals. I forgot what I'm looking at. I'm just looking at the chart. This is what the charts are telling me. So I'm gonna mark off those little juicy levels. If you wanted a far off target to look for, something in this bull market, a good target to do a big move on, well, you go up here to the $21.05, $21.06. Mark that area as the target to do that big old things on. That is the 127 Fibonacci for this whole move. And currently we're at $5. So after you 4x your money on ordies, you might want to do something kind of big with it. I don't know. And then look to see if it's going to do something bigger or not. She may not. So, but definitely a possible 4x in the charts on ordinal. And I just want to point this out: if you're charting something and you're looking for something, when you get a falling wedge and price breaks out, I mean, you got that chance to come back for a retest. The good sign that you're not. Oh, there's my alarm. The good side that you're probably not going to come back for that retest is when you get the flags. When you get a flag outside of your falling wedges, that's usually a very good sign that a number getting ready to go up and do something. Ichimoku Cloud supports that idea. Market Cipher supports that idea. The only one not fully on board here is kind of MACD. She's being a little witchy-washy. She's coming around. She's starting to point up. She's starting to look up a little bit, but she was kind of just, you know, who knows? Already looks like she's about to do something. So there's another one that would be a nice little medium midterm hold. Nice little play. It may take it a long time to get there. It may, and it may not. It will largely depend on Bitcoin. But what we're looking at here is breaking out. So it's perfect time. If you FOMO in, I mean, can't really call it that, or you call it a breakout trade. However you want to look at it. And you put your, I can go tighter stop loss. You can put it inside the pattern there technically. Like if you come on the 4 hour, that was the daily chart. If I'm doing this setup, if we come back in here, we get below this 21 moving average, 519, somewhere through there, that move is probably over. Probably not going to do what we think. So if you FOMO in now, that would make a good stop loss. And let's see what kind of returns that we got here. Let's go back to the daily so we can zoom out. Spread you out a little bit. All right, so with that set, coming up to the target for the bull flag would be 50% gains. 50% gains, baby. Coming up to our other measured move here. Oh crap, let's move that. at 955 at 73%. Risk reward ratio 12 to 1. That's a 5% stop loss if you put it back inside that pattern where I told you. You put it lower, do what's comfortable for you. I just don't like, if something's going against me though, I'd rather just jump out. Going to the 618, which it has a high probability of doing that would let you moon bag this baby. That's 111% gain. So there are some good trades out there. I need to share this one. Let's get this little guy set up here. Take this and put it over in our trade setup room. I see Chris has been over there. Over? Am I on the right one? Coin Trend Spot. Oh, we do have Coin Trend Spot over on here. I don't know if this is the pro version over here. In the lounge, we got the pro version, and then I've got a couple of bots over here too, and Coin Trend Spots over here. So we do have that in our trade setups as well. And if I can get that little thing off of there, I can post this. But it looks like Crispy Chicken's been over there. Charting over there. FMOC is today, and this might play out with likely volatility. My admin over there, having fun. Appreciate you, Chris. And let's see, we've got 40 on the daily. Man, is my cap locks on? This is when you start losing people, road dog. Need to rush it up. That's why I don't give all the details on this. I think this is a good swing trade, man. Breakout is now. Make sure that okay, so we got the chart with no explanation. It's just a naked chart. Just assuming people know how to read that naked chart. I didn't have time to write any instructions in there, but hopefully you can look at that and tell. I want to take a quick look at ACH. Let's see if I can actually get something over here. What am I doing wrong over here? You're not pulling up my coins. What did I do wrong? Did I set something? If I'm over on CoinMarketCap and I want to search a coin, I can get the trending ones, right? But if I type something in, like TIA, it only gives me DEX pairs. If I put crypto assets, it's like it doesn't find it. I think I did something. I don't. So I think I screwed something up. Well, that sucks. Okay. Guess I'm done with you for a while. So looking at ACH, it's Alchemy Pay. Almost 10 billion, almost half of that in circulation supply. Low market cap though, 92 million, so that's interesting. All-time high on this little guy is 19 cents, and that was 2 years ago, and currently we are at a little under 2 cents, 1.8 cents. Apparently we looked at this before. Recently? All right, well, it just makes it go by that much quicker then. There is some divergence forming here. Now, it's not extremely strong, but it's enough to get us where we needed to get, which is above that 786 Fibonacci area. So we got a double bottom confirmed and breakout, meaning that we should be on an upward trend now. We just got to get these moving averages to cross over. So a lot of these altcoins are starting to look nice and juicy. So I'm just saying, trying to do something. If you don't have your bags built, I don't know what to tell you. So I got a measure of move from here, which will basically take us around up to 20 cents. We're finding some resistance here at the 200 moving average, and we may get knocked down. Could be, or we could just continue up. There may be a chance it will most likely get rejected there and come back down to about 16, 17 cents. Retest this area before continuing on up. Now we got to redraw our Fibonacci there since we've got a bottom. So we get the right targets. That was only when price was coming down. Now we need one for when price is starting to go up. So swing high to swing low. Same thing. We want to get above 21.7 cents. Gotta do it. It's gotta do it. If it doesn't do it, we may be coming back down for a triple bottom or something crazy. I think it's going to do it. Other indicators here are saying, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. You may get a little bit of a pullback and then another run up for it. So there may be a chance to get this just a little bit cheaper. It's at under 2 cents now. You may be able to get a retest somewhere around 17.3, 17.5 cents. If it doesn't, and it keeps going up, the difference between 0.017 and 0.19 cents is not that much when you come to it hitting around 10 cents or something crazy. Just saying. There is a trend line that we need to follow. We got the breakout. Where's my volume? We got volume here. We do have volume with this breakout, so that's a good sign. We just need to get above this area right here. Confirm that, and then this little guy can move up. 3.6 cents, definitely on the radar. 4.3 cents. That one's on the radar too. It's gonna come up to this trend line, and then we gotta see what happens. More than likely, we'll get rejected there and just kind of start a brand new course, and eventually, you know, it'll be fine. But overall, Alchemy Pay looks like it is an interesting setup. And that's a nice move. That's 110% to the first target of 3.6 cents. That was at the 618 Fibonacci up to the 786 Fibonacci. It's 150%. I think the 618 makes a great target for that. Fairly tight stop loss. Put it underneath. Put your stop loss underneath this flag. And basically, if it comes back to you there, I mean, it's pretty much over. You could even tighten it up if you wanted to. But it gives you a good risk reward ratio, about 12%, or 12 to 1 basically. Nice. I kind of like that one too. So that's another swing trade idea. Floki Toshi's in the house. Floki, we were talking about Safe Moon, and then we went over and talked about Floki Safe Moon earlier today, and I got to give it its pump. I missed that pump. That was a 270% pump from where we were looking at this coin. Hats off. Let's give this one some respect. Let's give Floki Safe Moon the big pump. Because when you do that, you deserve it. So what we're talking about, it appears to be, well, it has confirmed an Adam and Eve double bottom, which gives us an even bigger target. Looking at 2658, 9 zeros, 2658. It's got a chance to come back and retest this area. It does, but it may not. I'll be looking at the 9 moving average for a target, and maybe where to add to your bags. May not do that. It looks like it's starting to flag out and break out on a smaller time frame. Let's see, what are we on, the 12 hour? Okay, we'll have to check that out. She may be breaking out now. It kind of looks like it here. It's hard to tell in the bigger time frame. Next target. Where did you go, man? if you really want, you can look at the 618 for this whole move. But I do have a measure move just for the pattern that we've just confirmed. That's at 2663, and then there's the 618 for this whole move. That's a 6.5x from where I had for us enter. That's pretty impressive. Getting up to our Adam and Eve measured move would be 342%. So kind of cool. Let's check out this. Can we get out of this? I'm stuck again. How's that? Here we go. There's the magic button. I'm going to figure out Dex tools one of these days. I have no indicators here to. Where's my indicator? There we go. I think the only thing that's been working for me is the MACD. MACD looks, it's ready to rock. It's cool. I wanted to change my time frame. Let's come down to the 1 hour. Okay. Not really a breakout. It was not really a pattern or a breakout. It's a one-to-one move is what it looks like. AB equals CD type move. It's held this trend line and we're bouncing off that trend line going to the upside. So that's kind of cool. This wick was a lot of selling pressure, but we're going to bounce back. Moving averages look awesome. It's above the 9 moving average on the 1 hour. It may get a little bit of rejection up here at 1224. We're at 1154 right now. So where it wicked out there, it may be a little bit of a hard spot to get over. But then again, these moving averages are starting to fan out kind of nice. 21's the only one I'm looking at as being an oddball. The 21 on that 1 hour is the one that will keep us going sideways. The 4 hour looks good. They're perfect. And reclaiming this 9 moving average. So looks like we're coming back up to hopefully actually knock out this target at 2649. If not, just retesting 2221. That's still a good move. Still a good move. From here to the top wick, so it may retest 96%. That's another moon bag. Coming up to the target we're going for, that's 133%. So pretty impressive. Keep in mind that I was buying over here at breakout area, and just where we are now, even after the pullback, 150% gains for where I got in. And if I'd caught that move, could have took some profit up there. It was almost a 4x. So you got to kind of stay on your toes with some of these things, but man, it's definitely on an uptrend now. So I got to give you that. I mean, a lot of altcoins are looking just nice and juicy, and Floki Safe Moon is one of them, looking juicy. Oh, is it now? I read the chat and it says he's going to rewind it. Oh, that's cool. I don't mind going back over things. Floki Safe Moon to the Floki Safe Moon to the moon. And just to be clear, I do not take any kind of payment or anything to do coins for anybody or like that. He just came in and asked for it. We looked at it, and it actually, looked interesting for me at the time. And I got in it before, made money, waited for it to come back down, got in again, and this is like my third time playing with this one. So if I'm trading it, I'm going to talk about it. Well, I do talk about ones I don't trade too, though, but I don't know. I don't. No project has ever reached out to me yet for anything like that. And if they did, I'm not interested. I think that's a little bit. If I did, it would be called Spotlight Shill. That's what it would be called. The video or the segment we would call it Spotlight Shill. All right, so ACH looks like it's going to do something. It is now 12:22. I'm over time, but I got so many more I want to go over. It's just so we got to go over this one. This one AKT, because I may do a video on this. Hey guys, let me ask you for your help. While you're the 5 of you that are still here with me, I need to put out a video. Do you guys have any suggestions? A good project that you like for long-term hold like to see a video on, me cover it. You can put that in the chat or put it in the comments after the video. What after the stream is over, both of them are fine. I can probably find it more in the chat comment or in the video comments. And so I just happen to catch it before the stream's over in the chat comments. Acash Network, looking juicy. I've got some of this staking. I've not really like tried to trade this bag or anything like that. It's just a byproduct of me being on the Cosmos ecosystem. And I got to say, she's like a lot of altcoins, starting to look juicy, but this one had a nice rounded bottom. Look at this support resistance flip. I mean, I can't see what happened over here, and this probably is a bottom, but it does have that cup and handle kind of shape to it. Which it's already met its move for that, so that's irrelevant now. I'm just saying. If it were a cup and handle, well, technically. Well, yeah, there's your lip. And now I just feel like we're wasting time. And then that would be your measured move, and we've already exceeded that. So that pattern has officially played out, even if it was or was not, however you want to view that. What we got going on right now is this trend line right here, which basically kind of looks like we're in a rising channel. So I'll copy that with control, put this over to a candle body. Does that line? It lines up pretty good there, but we wicked up above there. That doesn't work for me too well. This works a little bit better. Candle body, and then a wick. So I'll go with that. Could argue that there's kind of this bigger thing going on. That's actually lines up fairly well, not perfect. I'm not going to leave that one there to confuse anybody. Easiest thing to do with this one right now is the OFibs. Swing low to swing high. We got to bounce off the 618, so we're probably going to get an AB equals CD type move. What does this mean? It's the same thing as treating this like a bull flag. You take this link right here and you put it at the 618 area, and that gives us the negative 0.414. It's going to go past my 27. Are you really? I'm going to mark my 27 anyway, but she's giving me confidence up here at the 414. I'm going to make note of that. Meaning that AKT, this is a Akash network. I don't know that it's going to come back to the 9, but let's just put it straight up from price it's at. 128% gains there. Put a tighter stop loss underneath, just underneath the candle. I'm on the weekly here. This is a weekly candle. Tight stop loss. This is the weekly that I'm on. So this is a long term. This is a swing trade. Let's come to the daily, see what we can get. But the fact that it's playing out on the weekly, that just gives it that much power. So this is what it looks like on the daily, getting a little bit of a pullback here on their indicators. Although they're still coming up. Look at money flows coming up, VWAP's coming up. Stochastics are actually going up. We're going to do a little red light, green light, red dot, green dot here on Market Cipher. We're in the middle of the cloud. We're going to play around with this, but we're above the 9 moving average, so it looks good. You may get a little wishy-washy action in here. Oh, now my thing's not going to work again. I can draw a line. Is it going to let me paint now? It's getting a bounce off the 9 moving. Oh, there we go. 9 moving average is starting to go up. So that's kind of interesting. Did we break trend? No. Okay, cool. We're bouncing off the trend line and going up. I mean, when you're in the red cloud, it can do some crazy things. That's why they call it no man's land. It's supposed to be a neutral territory where you don't trade when it's doing that. Personally, I like to trade when it's doing that because it tells me it should keep going up. So that's kind of a neat setup, and that is on the weekly. Let's see if we pull this over. So AB equals CD is what we're looking at. A 1-to-1 move, and this has got all kinds of. I mean, flip this as support. It looks like a strong play to me. And that will give an 11-to-1 risk to reward. Now you can even put a tighter stop loss on this. All right, so I want to share this with the group. Copy that link. Get our Telegram group over here. And I think this one's hot. So I want to label it with fire. I want to throw the fire on it. So AKT weekly. Wait, I think this is a great swing trade. I don't normally say that. All right, so I put that there, got that trade set up there. But I like what I'm seeing here on the weekly, man. It looks like it is poised to go up. So it'll take it a while. It will. Could take a couple of months, but that's a nice turnaround, 125% there. It may not take it. It may just take a couple of weeks to get there. I would say there's a good chance to follow the wicks. And if I had to guesstimate, it might be a slow climb up there. That's just me speculating though. Me just lining up this, and it may just bust through that to get there. Who knows? Time wise, I mean, maybe February if I kind of follow, just kind of square the time and price here. Could be. But I think that's, you know, a nice little trade there. Done. No problem, Fokitoshi. Appreciate you for being here and asking. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. It's 12:30. It went a little bit over, but hey, I get lost in the charts. I can't help it. I appreciate you guys for hanging in here and for being active in the chat and everything. And until tomorrow, man, just trade safely. Take some, you know, when you find the point, don't forget to take profits before we do go down. But altcoins we should be seeing a nice few days out of altcoins, in my personal opinion. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Trade safely, and God bless each and every one of you.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice, ice, ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Fade eye off the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you wish really was part your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wifey know you're begging for my notice? Promise you're the same, running for the meds. Show you like my vibe, pass my candy on my wrist. Bad habits, little rabbit. Now sit down, you can have it.